Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Paige, and I'm going to do another video for you today. I'm just going to touch base a little more in detail on a topic I spoke of in my last video regarding spiritual awakenings and one of the stages, which is called Dark Night of the Soul. And this is a stage, this is the most important stage that we go through. It is also the most difficult and the most painful. And I really feel that it's important for others to be aware of what to expect and be aware of what's going on with them, what's going on within their body and within their mind, because this is kind of a stage where I see a lot of people tend to get stuck in, and then they feel like they're just depressed all the time. There's no hope for them. There's nothing to live for type of sensations. And please know that that is not the case at all. So I want to just dig a little deeper into why we go through this stage, how it's super important for us to go through the stage, and to let you know that you're not alone and you're not crazy. I'm going to just go based off of my own personal experience, and then based off of the information, data, and knowledge that I gathered along the way. So my first experience with Dark Night of the Soul that I can remember lasted about 2 years. And it was bad. I, at the time, thought that I was going through a hormonal imbalance, some form of depression, which I had never suffered from before. Depression, anxiety, flip-flop. And all of the signs and symptoms that I had described in my last video, extremely tired. Your senses are heightened as well. You may have like ringing in your ears. Your eyes may go in and out of focus. Just strange tingling and body sensations going through your body. Up and down your spine is the Kundalini. I did end up having a Kundalini awakening a year or two after I experienced that Dark Night of the Soul, which I ignored. And of course, my life got crazier and crazier because of that. So the second round, I kind of snapped in and understood what was going on with me a lot faster, which is why I'm putting this video up for others who may be going through situations like this. So what you first start, it typically will happen randomly at any time. A lot of times after a traumatic event of any sort, with you, with family member, something that really shook your world to begin with. The Dark Night of the Soul is an energetic process, but it is also a process of really removing all of the baggage and all of the crap and all of the lies that have been embedded within your very being since the time of your birth, actually. So you go through different stages, and it's childhood wounds, childhood pains, abuse, the flashbacks, memories of all of these horrific things that have happened to you. And please know that everybody on this planet has experienced some form of trauma, multiple forms of trauma throughout their lifetime. And if we don't process that properly, which a lot of us don't, depending on your age group, of course. I know within my genre, it was more like, suck it up, you're fine, you'll be okay, kind of get on with life type thing. And so you go ahead and do that, and for the most part, you are okay. However, those situations, those memories are still embedded within you, within your body, within your soul, within your subconscious mind. And they fester, and they don't go away. So they come back out during this dark night of the soul process. It's meant to happen this way. You really need to revisit your wounds, your trauma, and process it. Get your emotions out, cry, yell, scream, whatever you need to do to really release it and let it go. Forgive your past. If you hold on to those painful past memories, painful past experiences, they will keep riding with you, and dark night of the soul will continue to come up and continue to get more and more aggressive for you to finally look at that. A lot of us are afraid. We don't want to go back and revisit those things because they suck, they hurt, they were traumatic, right? So, and this is totally understandable. There are ways to kind of ease this up, but just the knowing of the process for me made it so much better the second time around that I had to go through that. And I kind of breezed through it a lot faster. So that's one. And from childhood on up till the moment that you have your dark night of the soul, will have to process these memories, kind of pop up. You really don't have much control over it. If you keep pushing it down, pushing it away, it's going to get more intense. It's going to get stronger, and your outside life is going to become out of control. And you're not going to know what's going on, and you're just going to feel like crap. So follow that process. Follow what your subconscious mind is shooting out to you, and listen to your body. And this is a time for inner reflection. And I have a feeling there are a good bit of people going through this dark night of the soul process right now, while most people are on lockdown and isolating themselves from each other. So this is actually a good time to get your shit out of your body. So once you get your painful trauma reviewed up, and trust me when I say the universe really only gives you as much as you can handle. So it may be in layers, in waves, at a time. So just follow that process. Don't think like, I already looked at this. Yeah, it's coming back up for a deeper evaluation. You really have to look at yourself. It's also going to bring up times that you have lied to yourself, times that if you're lying to yourself, you're lying to others because you're portraying somebody that you're not, essentially. Wearing a mask, wearing armor, our ego. A lot of us lose ourselves through our ego. If our ego is strong and we've identified with this ego for so long, a lot of times the ego is formed by like 7 or 8 years old. Is when it starts to form. So, it's not that you don't need your ego or it won't go away totally, but it does need to be tamed. And so that would be the next process of the dark night of the soul, is any ego situations, and there's a lot, we all have them, that come up, for you to look at yourself, see yourself for what you're portraying now to yourself and to others, and to find your authenticity your authentic self. Your soul is trying to come out, basically. It's a painful process, and there can be a lot of frustrating and scary things that go on during this process. The energetic part of it does kind of help with this. It alleviates some aggression because it really drains your energy, and it's meant to. So get as much rest as you can. However, if you're feeling really aggressive and angry, make sure that you process that in a very safe way. Avoid alcohol at all costs. Avoid drugs and alcohol. Exercise is an amazing way to help with the process. Salt baths are also an amazing way to calm out the energetics of the body. And I'll do a separate video on physical symptoms and how to ease those up while you're going through this, because it is a painful process and the body stores that stress. So the subconscious mind is really shooting out these memories, these stories, these embedded traumas that we have had since birth, probably even beyond, but I'm not going to go there. We're going to just stay with this lifetime. And the subconscious mind is starting to purge. This is the word purge. It's starting to purge all of this stuff that's been held in, has not been processed like in a healthy manner. And it also will be shooting out the stress hormones, the cortisol, and everything that makes your body tense up and causing you stress, frustration, your neck ache, backache, headaches, you name it. Any place in your body that you've had injuries in the past and maybe a little bit weaker than that's exactly where these stress hormones go to, causing more tension. And so then you think you have a physical problem at the same time. But really, it is your body processing all the stuff that you had not processed before when it should have been processed. But we were never taught how to go through this process. This is kind of it's new to me. I'll tell you, this is one of the reasons why I'm posting this video, for those of you who know for certain that there's something completely going on with you. Your senses are heightened. You may have ringing in your ears. Your sense of smell is, you can smell everything. Everybody's acting strange. Your animals are acting weird towards you even. Yeah, that would be, you're going through the awakening process. And if you're feeling really sad, mad, anything not good, you're most likely in the dark night of the soul. Let me see, what else do I need to share about this? This does go in stages as well. The dark night of the soul, I think the second time I went through it, it took me a bit to understand, and I did journal. I have notebooks upon notebooks on what I was experiencing as I was going through these stages. And it's excruciatingly painful to really take a deep look at yourself and realize that you have been living a facade your entire life, basically. Or maybe not your entire life, but a good chunk of it, a good chunk of your adult life, if anything. But usually it starts around 7, 8, 9 years old on up, depending on it. And no, sorry, not 7. Yeah, actually, it'll bring up any trauma that you've had since birth, and you might not even be aware of it. But allow the subconscious mind to purge this stuff. You do not want to be holding on to this crap, this baggage, the stuff that's holding you down. Also, energetically, you're going to be so sensitive to everything. You're going to be tired. You're going to have just enough energy to get done what you need to get done for that day. If you're still going to work, you're going to find that you're going to be struggling through work. You're going to be struggling throughout the day. And when you get home, you're just wiped out. The best thing to do for yourself is get as much rest as you can. Of course, during this virus time when we're all in lockdown, it's different. I don't think there's many people that are going to work right now, if any. But so that's good. Try to get out in nature as much as possible. Nature will be sending you a lot of signs. I mean, signs are going to be coming from everywhere anyway. But nature, I find, is the best place to start. You'll start to see with the animals and just things that are magnified and really cool. But pay attention to all of the signs. And there's a rhyme and reason for it, which you will start to understand, and everything will start to unfold naturally for you. But I do just want you to understand you're not alone. And I understand that you are feeling completely different than you ever have in your entire life. There's some weird sensation going on through your body. You most likely have physical symptoms. You most likely are very fatigued and tired, headaches, body aches, nausea, pains, and a lot of confusion. to get past the confusion, understand what's going on with you, and reflect. Have you had flashbacks of your childhood? Have you had flashbacks of painful times in your life throughout your years? Because that will also be shown to you during this process through other people, through other circumstances and situations. So understand that everybody on the outside of you, at this point in time specifically, every time, but right now, really pay attention. They're not intentionally trying to hurt you. Nobody is. This is a subconscious, energetic way to trigger you, trigger your pain, trigger something that hurt your feelings, trigger something that brings up a really painful part of your past. And it's meant to do that for you to feel it, take a look at it, heal it, let it go. Move on to the next one. It's kind of a washing of the soul. It's purging all of the crap that has been holding you back from living your life fulfilled and happy. And to really open up your heart to start to understand what happiness is and what love is. To be honest, I always thought I knew what happiness was and what love was until I went through this process. I understand it at a much deeper level, and it's so incredibly amazing to be living through the heart and not through the mind, because the mind is a useful thing, but the heart, that is where it's all at. That's where all of our knowledge and wisdom is at. That's where life is, coming through the heart chakra. Also know that your energy centers within the body are starting to activate, and that will also be triggering different sensations through your body, depending on where you're at. And I do hope to offer assistance to people in the near future who are going through physical ailments due to a spiritual awakening, and specifically the dark night of the soul, because this is the most painful part of the journey. But know that it does not last forever. Even if you don't know you're going through dark night of the soul, it could seem like it lasts forever. Like I said, I did it for 2 years before I understood what was really happening with me. And as I was going through that, I portrayed this happy-go-lucky person on the outside, my mask, which I don't have anymore, but I thought I was fine. No. Life will get crazy for you. I can't even tell you how insane it will become. Unmanageable. What you normally used to do with ease, multitasking specifically, will become very challenging for you, to the point where you can no longer multitask. And it's meant to be this way. So I'm not laughing. This is not a funny situation, especially in our circumstances right now, but it is so necessary, because our entire planet needs more and more people to start waking up and going through this and purging, so we can elevate the energy and the vibration of the planet for a happier, healthier world. So go with the flow and just purge all of your crap. Know that you're not alone. Know that you're not crazy, and know that you are loved. You're so loved, and you do have guidance. I want to bring this up one last time. The ringing in the ears will start to change, and it's really adjusting your system so that you can listen to your guidance. You will understand your guidance a lot better as time goes by. Not everybody has the same intuitive gifts or skills, but we all do have the capabilities. We all do have our own unique, special gifts and capabilities for navigating through life the way we really were meant to navigate life, and not the way that we were taught for many, many, many years. Not even in all of our lifetimes, but before that and before that and before that. Know this. You've been programmed. Your parents were programmed. Your grandparents were programmed. And on and on and on and on. They follow the same patterns, and might get changed up within different, years of, different groups, but all in all, it's the same. The structure and the discipline and the ways of thinking, all of that you'll know what is true and what is not, what is complete bullshit. And these times, these are a changing. The energy is intense right now, and it's going to continue to elevate, which is why I'm a little concerned for some of those who may be going through the dark night of the soul at this moment, because of the reactionary, the way that you're going to naturally react to it is not going to be pretty. So knowledge is power. Understand that. Knowledge is power. Don't fall for gimmicks, and don't be, how do I word this? There are a lot of different stories out there, a lot of different avenues, a lot of different ideas of spirituality and what's going on. But just know that everybody's story and everybody's perception is theirs. Some you will resonate, you'll feel it in your being, like, yes, I know that. That is true. Other things that just don't make sense to you, let it go. Don't even absorb it, because it'll just cause confusion, and you don't need confusion when you're purging all of this stuff out. So I hope that this helps, and if it helps anybody at all, I wish that I had a video like this to just tell me that I wasn't crazy and that help me understand what I was going through. Just know that it's your subconscious mind purging out old stories, old baggage, old crap that you don't need anymore, you don't want anymore. This is to build you as you were meant to be, your soul, and you'll know deep in your entire being who you really are, and what you no longer will put up with, what you no longer will have in your life. You will know. And I wish you all the best. Love to everybody, and stay healthy, stay well, wash your hands, practice the safe distancing, social distancing. Take care of yourself. Vitamin C is important to get in every day. Exercise, if you can get outside, it's amazing. Just take care of yourself, and know that you're purging old wounds, old traumas, old crap, it does not belong with you anymore. Let it go. Know that it's painful. Just go with the flow. It will be over. It won't last as long if you don't fight it. Don't fight it. Know what you're going through. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.